Mr. Kremlis, the floor is yours to give us a speech about a look into the future of waste and circular economy in the EU.
Thank you very much, Professor Loizidou. Good morning, everyone. I'm very, very pleased to be part of this important seminar, and I would like also to thank Professor Ferreira, and of course to praise this emblematic LIFE project on pay as you throw. LIFE as the financial instrument for the environment has played and is playing a very important role in raising awareness, in promoting best practice, and in developing links to share this best practice with the view to implementing it. And in that respect, this project is really an emblematic one. Congratulations to the organizers and to the participants of this important project. Now, circular economy and waste management. Circular economy, as you all know, is currently the new economic model. I would say an emblematic priority of the European Union, which encompasses the three pillars priorities of the European Union, namely green growth with all its important components, among which the EU taxonomy regulation and green financing. Second pillar, green blue economy, which is extremely important for all the countries participating in this project, as they are also marine countries, and digital economy, which is the third pillar and which is also mainstreamed in all the other pillars. In reality, we should be speaking about circular digital green growth, circular digital blue economy, as all these pillars are interconnected and implement each other. And of course, circularity and circular economy is mainstreamed in all the other policies of the European Union. Now, waste management is a key component of circular economy, and in the minds of a lot of people, when you talk about circular economy, they think immediately about waste management. It is true, because waste in the concept of circular economy should not be waste anymore. The cradle to grave approach does not or should not exist anymore, because what is in terms of a product in the grave, in reality is a new start, and the grave and the cradle are connected in the circle of the circular economy, which now is substituted to the linear economy model, which if it were to be continued, it would lead to needing 2 planets by 2040 and 3 planets by 2050, according to scientific data. So the new approach is a zero waste approach, and it is an approach which leads to a new, let's say, way of managing and thinking about waste, which at the end of their life should become raw materials or secondary products. And of course, the pyramid of the waste hierarchy is always there, with the top, the prevention, then the reuse, then the recycling, then the recovery, and the disposal at the very end. And the new Waste Framework Directive of 2018, which has amended the 2008 Framework Directive, foresees that waste disposal should be limited to 10% by 2030. 2035. Unfortunately, in several of our member states, including mine, waste landfilling is still very, very high, while by 2035, as I have mentioned before, it should progressively be reduced, and then by that date, not exceed 10%. And of course, the new targets of the Waste Framework Directive as amended are extremely important, because already by 2020, the preparation for reuse and recycling of waste materials, such as the four streams: paper, metal, plastic, and glass from households, had to be increased to a minimum of overall 50% by weight. Unfortunately, very few of our member states have reached this target by 2020, which is already in the past. And the same target for non-hazardous construction and demolition waste for 2020 was of minimum 70% by weight. Now, the new targets, which are extremely important to know, is that by 2025, that is to say in almost 4 years from now, the preparing for use and the recycling of municipal waste shall be increased to a minimum of 55%, then 60% for 2030, and 65% by weight by 2035, which are much more ambitious targets that the European Commission will monitor, and which, if not met, will lead to infringement procedures that the European Commission will open against the non-compliant member states. The rules and calculation methods for verifying the compliance with these targets can be found in a Commission decision 2011/753 EU. And there are additional rules for calculation, verification, and reporting of data on waste in accordance with the new directive, which can be found in another Commission decision 2019/1004. There is also a guidance document that was provided by the Commission on Municipal Waste Data Collection. All this information is available on the web and can be easily consulted. Now, the Waste Framework Directive enshrines the polluter pays principle, which is extremely important, the extended producer responsibility, and of course, the separate collection at source, as it is extremely important to separately collect the waste streams, and the more they are, the better it is, as this leads to clean secondary products or raw materials that can be easily reused and or recycled without any additional information that would have been the result of a commingling process where you would need, for example, detergents or hot water to wash them, to separate them again, which requires energy. And therefore, this would have an additional footprint in terms of energy, but also in terms of time wasted. Therefore, separate collection streams at source with the support of IT technologies and digital economy are extremely important. And in that respect, the economic instruments have a prominent importance. This is why the pay-as-you-throw principle, which is promoted as a best practice through your LIFE project, constitutes an extremely important instrument to promote sorting at source, to promote, let's say, an individual new culture at the level of the households and of all of us as citizens to reduce our environmental, climate, and energy footprint, and contributes to less waste and to waste of better quality as it is sorted, a process that is rewarded through the pay as you throw scheme and through digital economy schemes that are to be promoted as digital economy supports and is perfectly combined with circular economy. I wanted to add the importance of the separate collection of bio-waste, which and organic waste and waste of the supermarkets, which has expired in terms of validity expiry date. A very important source, as if they are collected together with our other streams of waste, they contaminate them. I put this in inverted commas. If they are separately collected, they can lead to feed, that is to say food for animals, to biogas, to biofuels, and of course to compost of very good quality. And the Professor Maria Eloizidou and the Technical University of Athens is promoting all these new technologies to manage bio-waste, organic waste, and of course waste from agriculture and from the forests in the most, let's say, circular economy driven way, which is extremely important. And a last consideration is that the possibility and the means, the scheme of the DRS, deposit and refund scheme, is also promoted. In Greece, we will introduce DRS deposit and refund scheme on plastic, aluminium, and glass by 2024. This will ensure, in combination with the pay as you throw, a very good way of collecting separately recyclables, namely glass, plastic, and aluminium, in a clean way that will boost recycling through the economic instrument of the DRS, which is extremely important. And I close this presentation by saying that in the new programming period 2021-2027, the European Union will not co-finance any more mechanical and biological treatment plants. That is to say, big waste management installations which will receive and manage unsorted waste. It will promote separate collection schemes. It will promote specific instruments such as pay as you throw. Digital economy means to boost separate collection and support the waste hierarchy. Schemes to promote the DRS to exploit bio-waste and produce a new green energy source from biomass. These will be the priorities of the next programming period. And of course, last but not least, as the highest target is the one of 65%, to which if you add 10% on landfilling, you have a 75%. There is still room for a 25% of waste, which refers to the unsorted or to the residual waste, which can produce electricity in a waste to energy process. This is important also to keep in mind, as there are new technologies provided within this fraction. There are no recyclables, as recyclables cannot go to waste to energy processes. These are some general considerations that I wanted to share with you, dear all. And as unfortunately I have very soon to connect to another meeting, our life has completely changed with these online meetings. I would be very happy if there are any questions to which I could reply. In any case, Professor Loizidou, Professor Ferreira, if there are any other questions later on during the course of this seminar, I would be happy to reply to them in writing. And of course, I would like to wish you a lot of success in this project and in the dissemination of the results of this project, which I believe will be extremely important for us and for the implementation of our legislation. Recently, Greece has adopted the transposing legislation of the amended Waste Framework Directive. The pay as you throw principle is there as a principle, but we need now to see how it will be implemented through joint ministerial decisions. And in that respect, you will enlighten us through the best practice that you are promoting through this important LIFE project. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, George. Thank you for this excellent speech, and always reminding us the targets we have to meet, and we are so far from these targets. And Europe is pushing, and it's so difficult for all of us to follow, but we have to make a great effort. The legal instruments are there, and we have to push the municipalities always. I'm talking about the municipalities. What is the basis we can make a start, and we can really hit the targets that they are imposed for many years now, but and to avoid all these penalties that, and then the fines we pay to the European Union. Greece is one of those countries, is not the only one that is really paying these penalties. Thank you once again for taking the time, and we'll send you. I don't see any questions, but probably they will come through, and we will let you know. Thanks again for joining us. And I may make sure that we get all the results of this conference today, or this meeting today. Thank you, George. Thank you once again.
Thank you very much, and I wish you a successful meeting. All the best.
Thank you.